PKA 639 with our guest Wolf.
Do you want to hear something weird?
I do.
Yes.
I've never been drunk or high.
Straight edge.
Damn.
I've never tasted alcohol. I've never tried weed.
Well, we got the cure for that. There's a link.
You and Trump, 2 peas in a pod with your straight edge lifestyle.
We're like this.
So tight. Just never had a desire to, just no interest.
I bet you and Trump have a lot more in common than you think. I bet you guys get along well.
You know what? I met him in the early 90s. I was at a dinner and I met him. And I saw him give advice to someone, I have his book, Art of the Deal, and
just
everything. I had it when it first came out. I was never a huge fan. It was more like he was a celebrity type of thing, right? So, but I met him, and the piece of advice I heard him give somebody is, you get the wife you can afford. Which is crazy. I haven't told many people that story. That's the advice I heard him give. You get the wife you can afford.
My father told me something similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. He would say not to marry a wealthy girl because you'll always be competing with her father. But it sounds like the same thing.
But I've heard that said. I heard him say that, and then I couldn't.
Interesting take from your dad. Did he, not to get too personal, was that something he'd had personal experience with, or was that just, did you delve into like where he got that idea? Because I'm not going to say it's not true.
His dad was right.
No, but like I bet that's something. I mean, if
my father
fatherly
came from
advice,
nothing. My mother came from not that much. Like my mother's father died when she was a teenager, and I have to imagine that kind of, ruined the family finances.
So where's he getting that from? Is that something that he'd seen somebody else do?
My father's got a lot of wisdom.
I've heard that said before.
Have you?
Okay.
Yeah, I've heard that. It's a it's a common saying.
I'm not surprised that he has the wisdom. I'm curious about where he may have
since it
wasn't a personal experience of his.
Yeah.
I didn't ask the question. Yeah,
you never know the girlfriends he might have had in the past, and
none. Dude, he found my mom when he was like, I think,
straight out of high school.
If they weren't 13, 15, they were 14, 16.
Old school.
Jesus.
Okay,
very old school.
But I've heard that statement, and it's like, it sounds kind of sexist, but it's kind of true in certain ways, because I don't want to be mean. Ladies don't get mad at me. I don't know how many ladies watch this.
You're safe. This is like, a safe place.
It's like, essentially, and it just stuck with me like forever. It's like, the men are judged by how much they make. Women are judged by how they look. We all know that, right? So it's like, the better you do in life, the hotter wife you're going to get. And that's
often the case. Yeah.
Right. So
I don't think that's controversial or like anything.
No,
I mean,
there's some ghoulish billionaires and politicians.
Like there's an entire genre of video devoted to asking beautiful women what they want from the guy that they would marry.
What do you bring to the table?
And you hear them say what they want out of a man, and it's always it's hundreds of thousands of dollars and 6 feet tall and successful and this, that, and the other. And I want 2 or 3 kids, and I want to be able to have this kind of car, and I want to be able to go to that kind of school. So what they're saying is, I want money. I want a man who makes this amount of money.
Yep.
Yeah. So I don't see why a man shouldn't be able to say, I want to.
I love when they get into the math.
Of course not.
They're like, okay, all right. 6 foot, 6 inches, 6 figures. Now you're talking about a 0.5% guy. I'm making that up, but it's close-ish.
Less than that.
Okay. Well, and then it's like, now, are you a 0.5% woman? What do you bring to the table? Are you better than 99.5% of the women out there? Because that's what you want from him.
Yeah.
And usually it's like, well, they're better than 60% of the women out there.
Usually expose a narcissist who has like a warped view of reality and borderline personality disorder. It's what you usually find, because one of the fun questions I see them ask those vapid, hand-picked Instagram ladies who wanted to be there, which says something about like your polling size. They'll ask them, would you rather have a perfect marriage or keep your Instagram? We all keeping that Instagram. Why can't they're like, I want both.
And it's like, well, that's not the fucking mental exercise we're doing. Like,
turns out you can't have both. What? Who are you to say what I can have? I can have everything. They told me I could.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
But
we'll see.
It's funny though. It's like we were talking earlier about, if a woman, digs what kind of car you drive and everything. And it's like women, I don't know if you can call them women or girls, but nowadays what they dig is your Instagram following and what kind of car you drive. Like that's what they exchange in the clubs now is, hey, what's your IG? How many followers do you have? And it's the weirdest thing.
That sucks.
Well, that's how it is nowadays. Like they don't even give up phone numbers anymore.
But I feel like Taylor would be balling with 6-year-old pictures of bad breakfast.
Oh yeah,
you build an Instagram following.
Yeah, but
that's what all that I haven't posted on in like 6 years. I think there's probably like a picture of me. I think there's a photo of me photoshopped onto Putin.
That'll get him quick.
Age well.
It was funny at the time. There wasn't topical in the way it is now.
On Taylor's dating profile, it was him on Putin's body, and at the time, Putin had much higher rate
on the horse.
Yeah. But it was Taylor,
and at the time, it was just a funny lark.
Yeah,
everyone
enjoys that, but
yeah. Wolf, I read today on Reddit that apparently it's kind of standard business practice now at morgues to avoid at all cost hiring men, and they were just like, and it's the reasons you might think.
They're all touching and fucking the bodies.
Yeah, they're all touching and fucking the bodies. Yeah, and
it's kind of like being surprised when like
if
a priest or a teacher, is doing
every movie that where they go to a morgue, somebody like fills up one of the bodies. Every single movie you watch, they make it a joke.
It's
every time
bullshit though, that hiring practice, because living women won't let me touch them.
And so you have to go become a post-retirement mortician.
That's discrimination.
God damn it! Why are all the people dying ugly? Like you just fucking half-ass it. You barely put lipstick on some old biddy. Like
decapitated. Well, that wasn't the part I'm here for anyway.
And I bet that there's guys who work at the morgue who they'll take money from guys to come bang the bodies, right? Because for some people that's like their thing. And so, like, how are you going to ever make that happen, though? So, like, they could go to the morgue guy and be like, "Yo, I like $100."
Who's it really hurting?
That'd be like a pimp of cadavers.
No,
yeah,
like
exactly.
A cadaver. No one's getting hurt by it. It's like stimulating the fucking local economy. There's way. I don't see a.
You don't have to use protection.
You don't have to use protection, other than like you don't want to catch like.
I wonder how long like a virus lives in a dead body.
A virus.
You don't have to use protection. Oh, I was thinking of STDs, not pregnancy.
Oh, I'm not even worried about any of that. I'm fucking a dead body. Do you think if you're fucking a dead body, you care about STDs and STIs?
You have absolutely no
dead bodies.
Yeah, Woody, you have no scruples in this in this situation. You see a dead body and you go, you know what? That's for me.
Ooh, dude. What if that's how you become a vampire? Who would? Now, hear me out here. If you found out that the way to become a vampire, and I don't mean one of those scary, ugly ones. I mean like Tom Cruise in Interview with a Vampire. Yeah. Like you're like a demigod, but the way you get it, you gotta bang a dead body. And we're not talking about like she just died, she's still warm. We're talking about we got to go down to the morgue, we got to pay Uncle Eddie 500 smackaroos, and he gets to watch.
Can I be
gets to watch Eddie's rules?
Who's the guy in Buffy? No, who's the guy in True Blood? Blonde, handsome, also Tarzan. Skarsgård. If I'm him, sign me up.
You don't get to change into another being. You're Woody with
we didn't even say about banging a guy dead.
Oh well, shit! I'm gonna get a cut going on. I'm gonna be the best me. Give me 3 months, and then I'm gonna lock that in.
You're
Jesus.
You're all hollowed out. You got that Chase Utley ready for the playoffs look.
Well, I guess it matters. Like, do I get powers?
Yes, you are a demigod.
All the vampire powers.
I get the drawbacks too, or do I get no drawbacks?
Wait, the drawbacks come along too. Yeah, but
I don't know if I want to do it.
Stab you in the heart. You
can't be a daywalker.
Yeah, no son. No, you couldn't have like relationships with anyone.
Here's the thing, Woody. Here's the thing. You need
a buddy to do it with
Nightwing now. Like now you'll be able to fly with like no fear. Now you'd be like a hot rod.
I would fear the FAA.
Dude. You'd be the bad boy. Think about this. You'd be the bad boy of the whole like lawn chair flying industry. I forgot what it's called.
Because
you'd be the guy who wore no parachute ever. You'd be like, you know what? At my level, the safeties are just holding you back. That's all. That's just drag. Is all that is.
I go up there on shitty, worn out wings.
No, shirtless. You're just shirtless in your fucking rig. You're just powering through. No parachute, anything.
And you don't even need a rig. You can fly.
But it's nighttime, so nobody can see you though. So that sucks.
No, you can light them up.
Now, but would you really want? Yeah, you really want to be a vampire, though?
Yeah, I would. Yeah, absolutely.
And live forever. And
why you kill yourself if you get tired of it? Kill yourself.
Oh, that's true.
Don't act like there's not an end button.
Yeah, you're going to hell anyway.
Nice.
Pretty horrible death when you die.
How do you know? You've never staked yourself.
I've seen every vampire movie that exists.
I'm gonna have you chop my head off. Like, you know how? All right. So here's the thing: in samurai culture, I would honor
Japanese
in seppuku.
I would disembowel myself, but you'd be there as a backup, and you fucking lop my head off, so I'd have to suffer, through the entire disembowelment death. So like I'd proven my point. So we do one of those, like I'd stake myself, but you'd be there.
To be honest, most deaths aren't that good anyway. So the one Kyle's describing is probably better than the one that I have coming.
I'd live stream for sure.
See, I want a blade killed me vampire death that you go to.
That's why I want you,
as opposed to a slowly burn in the sun, true blood vampire death.
Oh.
You notice how Kyle didn't pick me to make sure his death goes well?
Yeah, I got
he
better.
Saw me with Henrietta.
I saw Woody butcher a chicken one time.
Don't pick me.
And he did butcher it.
I keep hacking.
Like it owed him money.
Yeah, it's like, God damn.
Oh, Jesus. So the dead body. What about? I wonder how often it happens with. Sorry to be morbid, but women in comas, like the bride,
like Kill Bill.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
I bet it's happened. I bet it's people are always moving around hospitals and like going in and out of rooms, so it doesn't seem like it would happen the way it didn't Kill Bill, where it's just like, oh, there's just a wing where no one walks through for the next hour.
No, you got the night
night shift
thing on the shift where everybody's in comas, passed out.
I guess I want to believe that isn't happening. Just like I want to believe that morticians aren't finger fucking all the bodies.
Fucking? What do you think? We're in high school?
I tried to be tactful in my approach.
Are you out of your mind?
That's like in base.
Dude, can you imagine the kind of loser that like fingers a dead body? He gets made fun of by all his fucking mortician friends. They're like, wow, look at this, Freddy Stinky Fingers over here. He doesn't ever commit.
You're giving him you're giving no credit for
pussy.
You're giving these morticians no credit for creativity. They probably make the other bodies watch. Like they have a whole thing set up. Yeah. I want you all to see what's going to happen to each of you, and you're just like go to town.
I mean, their own costumes.
This is an occupation that I believe would do something like that. Like,
oh, we're gonna do Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Oh, that'd be great. She's all asleep, and you get them all dressed like Doc and Sleepy and Sneezy and whatever.
It's rapey and molesty and violaty and handsy. Handsy, get out of here with that.
You go rent a furry costume.
Yeah,
put them in the ears and the tail.
That could actually make what they're doing more normal. It's one situation where like that could, because what were they doing otherwise? They're just going in the basement of their mortuary, I assume, and then getting their jollies off.
Or like the morgue, I guess, at like, a hospital, downstairs. They've got like bodies down there.
I'm honestly surprised that's not a porn category, and I'm not going to check.
It is.
Oh, it's Murphy.
Kyle knows these things.